Hey guys, this is Louis, and this week I'm taking over the Non Fungible Show from Maxime, and I have the pleasure to present the news of the week, but also a few things to pay attention with regards to the merge and your NFT collections. So, without any further ado, let's go into the news of the week. So, this week we had one of the most hyped NFT drop in all NFT's history, which was the Utes collection. This collection was brought to you by the DeGods team. So DeGods, for reference, is one of the most pricey NFT on Solana. It's also one of the most recognized NFT on the Solana network, and it looks like the following. You may have seen them on Twitter, and what they did is very particular. They've launched the Utes, which are looking like those guys right here. But what's particular about this NFT collection is the way in which people were whitelisted. You see, in usual NFT projects, you get whitelist via interacting on Discord or on Twitter and winning giveaways. Here, it was completely different. What you had to do is to submit a form, which was on this website. You had to submit a form and to give the Utes team a couple of information with regards to your application. So you had to tell them what was your Twitter handle, basically why were you worth getting the whitelist. And what happened is it got super hyped. And it got super hyped because on Twitter you could see the who got in the Ute list. Which was this account here, and it was tagging everyone who got in, because at the application phase you had to give the your Twitter handle, and you could see here that like some of the most prominent names in crypto got into this group. And as we know, and as Maxime has explained, NFTs is about community, and the value of an NFT is the value of a community. So if you know that lots of big people or influential people in the crypto space are getting into this community, then it will, for sure become valuable. And what we've noticed is that the price of the NFT was $1,000, paid in their own currency, which is called Dust. And shortly after launch, of course, the floor price of the collection skyrocketed to now I think it's about $4,700. So it's like a 4.7x return on the initial investment. But yes, this collection got super hyped. What's also interesting to notice is that the company behind DeGods, which is called the Dust Labs, also raised $7 million in a seed round. And this is what they've announced shortly after the Utes meet. And as it's an ecosystem on Solana, they've got backed by major funds in the Solana network or ecosystem, such as Magic Eden, FTX Ventures, and Solana Ventures, but also Big Brain Holdings. I would say what's most interesting about this NFT drop is what it did to the whole Solana ecosystem. Because it was a super hyped drop, it got the attention of Ethereum people that are big into NFTs to the Solana ecosystem. And as a consequence, what we see here is, despite the overall bearish market for NFTs, what we see is the Solana ecosystem got pumped overnight, essentially. What you see here are the large NFT collections. You have OK Bears, Turtles, Solana Monkeys, and they all got a huge spike in volume and a huge spike in floor price. So here we see the impact that a single NFT drop can have on a whole ecosystem. As far as the other news are concerned, as you may know, we have the Otherside, which is the metaverse side of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which announced, they dropped their sort of teaser video where you see a coda, which is a main character in the Otherside, which you can see on certain land parcels. You guys can watch this teaser. I won't do it live, but it basically hinted at the fact that something big is coming in Q4. And as you must remember, the Otherside was the most hype, or I can say controversial NFT drop in the history of NFT, where they raised hundreds of millions. But it was also controversial because of the number of gas and transaction fees that was spent in this meet. But anyway, just big things coming for the Otherside in Q4 and overall for the Bored Ape ecosystem. The other news of the week, and I have to discuss about this because I'm the founder of XBorg. We are dropping our NFT in about 6 days. So when you watch the video, it's probably like 5 days. So we're very close to launch, and of course, super excited about this. If you're interested, you can still get whitelisted, and to get whitelisted, you simply have to join our Discord and to do certain quests or certain activities that will grant you this whitelist spot. So we're not as original as the youths with regards to our whitelist process, but yeah, you can still get the opportunity to get our XBorg NFT. The other news, which we have to discuss, is also the merge. And we'll also discuss how the merge is impacting the NFT ecosystem. But the merge is coming. It's coming very soon. As you see here, this is a website that predicts when will the merge occur, and it's currently set at on the 15th of September at in the morning. So it's 0:14. It's coming very soon, essentially. It's going to be right after the XBorg NFT drop. And as you know, the implications of the merge is we have, the merge is where the consensus layer merges with the execution layer. And that's one of the most, that by far the biggest event in the whole Ethereum history. So that's definitely one to look out for. Close to the merge, what we will see is increased volatility in the network. But there are a few things to pay attention, especially with regards to NFTs, and that's why I'm covering this topic now. And what we need to pay attention on is replay attacks. Replay attacks have a possibility to pose a threat to the Ethereum ecosystem. And so what it is essentially is that at merge, it is very likely that we'll have a hard fork of Ethereum, which will be Ethereum proof of work, and you'll have Ethereum 2.0. So you have like the real Ethereum, which will be the Ethereum POS, Ethereum 2.0, and Ethereum proof of work, which is the hard fork. And a replay attack is essentially the fact that a transaction on a given network, which is ETH proof of work, can be replayed on ETH proof of stake. And the implications of that for NFTs is that if you have an NFT that is listed before the merge, it will essentially be listed on two chains. So ETH proof of work and ETH POS, the proof of stake chain. The thing about replay attack is if your NFT is listed on proof of work, it will also be replayed on the proof of stake chain. So if you delete your listing on the POS, it may still be on the proof of work. And you, of course, have malintentioned people that will leverage this. So you have to make sure that prior to the merge, you delist your NFTs. And my personal advice is to not interact too much with the Ethereum POW ecosystem because, as I said, some transactions can be replayed. And unless you really know what you're doing, I would say just interact with the main chain, and in that case, you basically don't have anything to do and don't play around with ETH proof of work. So that's all for me. I hope that was providing some value to you guys. And I'm very much looking forward to doing this next video, also next week. And keep up the good work.